Jesus was so concerned that we would live successful and abundant lives that he even told stories about how to have success. You're going to love what he said. But first, let's see what the world says about success. Some people believe that success means having close family unity, and there's no doubt that this is very important. But what happens if your daughter moves across the globe, or you suddenly lose your spouse or a child or an untimely death? Others think that success is about possessions, having a big house or a nice car. Likewise, if you live on the edge of a volcano in Guatemala, you might think that you're a great success once you finally own a mule. But alas, we know that houses need maintenance, cars get old, and mules die. Of course, there are some who live as if success is about power or popularity. Yet just think of all the people who've never even heard of James Garfield. He was a popular, powerful, prestigious guy who, by the way, was the 20th president of the United States. So instead of using logic or opinions to determine true success, let's look at a story about success from Jesus, the world's greatest storyteller. Jesus said that the kingdom of heaven, in other words, what is success, could be found inside a story about a king who went off to a far distant land. He called 3 of his servants and he gave them each money. But back in those days, they called it talents. And he gave them these talents, each according to their ability. To the first man, he gave 5 talents. To the second man, 2. And to the third man, 1. When the king came back, he asked for an accounting. And the man with the 5 talents came forward and said, "King, you gave me 5 talents. And I went to work with them, and here's 5 more. And the king said, "Way to go." The second man came forward and he said, "King, you gave me 2 talents. And I went to work and I invested them, and here's 2 more. And the king said, "Way to go, I'm so proud of you." But then the third man came forward and he said, "King, I was afraid of you. And so I went and I took that 1 talent you gave me and I buried it. And here, it was yours, and here it's yours again." And the king said, "Well, you wicked and lazy servant, take that 1 talent and give it to the man who has 10. But as for you, you wicked servant, throw him out where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. To those who use well what they're given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away." So this story is about heaven's perspective of success. First, Jesus used the story to describe what really matters to God. He says the kingdom of heaven is like, and it's very similar to saying, here's how heaven measures your success. Second, Jesus shows us how true success works when we use, invest, and grow the talents and abilities that God has blessed us with. In our modern world, we might say, be all you can be, or be the very best version of yourself. This could mean be a great husband or a great wife. Be loving and encouraging as a parent. Use your talents and efforts to excel at your work. Study diligently and do your best as a student. Eat right and exercise to care for your body. Third, contrary to our modern culture, Jesus explains how using our talents and abilities results in getting more responsibility, not less. Success is not defined by someone who has loads of free time to kick back on the beach, or by being able to sleep until noon, or by making money while you sleep. Here the king says, "You've done a great job with small responsibilities, so let's give you even more." Like any endeavor in athletics, our life goals need to be to score more goals, not less. In terms of faith and life, this means falling deeper in love with God, laughing, smiling, and caring more. Isn't success at its best when we're giving and loving more? Fourth, Jesus astounds us with a concluding statement that seems very harsh and not at all Christ-like, but is vital to understanding success. Consider our modern expression, use it or lose it. If we don't use our talents, we'll eventually lose them. For example, if you learn a foreign language but never practice, you'll lose your skill. Leave it to the brilliance of Jesus to express 4 amazing truths about success, true success, inside one short story. Let's pray. Dear Jesus, please help me to be the very best version of myself. Help me to use the talents that you've given me. Bless me so I can be a blessing to others. Together, let's learn how to use our talents so that we can hear God say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." There is simply no more time to suffer in anger, sadness, unforgiveness, or fear, not even for one more day. If you're ready to stop listening to Satan's lies, visit BeHappyNow.org and start living your new life of happiness today.